would you believe, literally 5 minutes before I started recording, I fell up the stairs with a drink in my hand and landed on my wrist like that on the, on the steps. So now I have a really poorly wrist. Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are a long-time subscriber, I first of all would like to apologise for not recording for the last 4 months or so, since Christmas I think it's been. But we have had a few things go on here. I haven't been able to record. If you've never met me before, I mostly stitch full coverage pieces, and I've took a long hiatus from recording. But thank you for sticking around if you have. I haven't done much stitching, but if you have been on my Facebook group, I have been trying to keep people updated every now and again. I have been quite bad with it since March because I started a new job. But before that, basically what happened, I will say super quickly what happened and then get into the stitching. If you don't want to hear any of this and you just want to get straight into the stitching, just skip until you see me holding something up or a picture on the screen somewhere. But yeah, basically what happened was my daughter and her ex-partner split up literally just after Christmas. I think it was just after Boxing Day. So her and my grandchild moved in here. That meant that I had no spare room to record. I didn't really have much free time to stitch. Didn't really have much quiet time to stitch. There was a lot going on in the first month with her getting settled here, and getting her into her new place. So she moved out at the day after Mother's Day, which was sad to see her go because I'd got used to her being here. And at the beginning of March, I got a new job. So I now work part-time in retail. I usually do an early shift, so I'm at work for 4 AM. So I'm up at 3 AM and I finish at 9 AM. So now I'm in a bit more of a routine. I know what I'm doing at work. I've been there for over a month now, about 6-7 weeks, I think. I'm a lot more comfortable. I know what I'm doing. I feel more confident. I've met new friends. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I want to start getting myself into a routine. For the last 2 weeks, my other 2 children have been off school because of the Easter holidays, because I was kind of hoping I could record when my daughter left, and then they had 2 weeks off that I forgot about. So it's not been great. But going forward, I won't say that I will record every 2 weeks like I used to. I will record when I feel like I have enough time and I feel like I have enough progress to show you. I have still been doing the spin the wheel. If you were here before and you remember that in my last video, if you haven't seen it, it is the last one that I uploaded, the whip parade. I said that I was going to do like a spin the wheel and I was going to pick 2 projects for the next 2 weeks, like, because I planned on recording every 2 weeks. I'm still doing that, but I'm doing it week by week now, where on a Monday or a Sunday night I'll spin it, I'll pick that one, I'll stitch it when I have time in the week, because I don't always have time, or I'm too tired, or I'm doing something else. So yeah, I'm not going to pressurise myself into making sure I stitch every day, but the last 2 or 3 days I have been really enjoying getting back into stitching, and I am in a better routine. So fingers crossed you will see more from me. If you have messaged me on Instagram, on Discord, I think that's it. I am now Etsy, because that doesn't exist anymore, but I don't have Instagram and Discord apps on my phone anymore because of when I started work and when I had my daughter here. Things like that kind of overstimulate me and get me overwhelmed, and because of work we have to have Teams and my phone is constantly going off with notifications, but I need them on because I need to know what's obviously happening for when I come in the morning. I have just decided to delete Instagram and delete Discord. So if you have messaged me and I haven't replied, I'm not ignoring you. Please, if you want to contact me, down below there's the Facebook group. You can message me through Messenger at any time. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Messenger is really the fastest way to get hold of me if you want to ask me a question or just have a chat. Or you can email me. I do have an email address in the description below as well that I will respond to you as soon as I can. So if other people have been chatting to me and I haven't replied, I am really, really sorry. But I never use Instagram. I never use it, never post on it. And I was keeping it to talk to certain people. And I just kept getting emails and notifications for things that I was not interested in. I don't scroll through it. I don't look at the projects, because I've already got Facebook. So yeah, I am sorry about that. And Discord, I only spoke to one lovely lady on there, the Stitchy Witch. Sorry, because there is a Etsy shop with a very similar name. I always get them mixed up. But the Stitchy Witch, I was messaging her on Discord and I only kept it for her. But again, I was getting notifications for things that I wasn't interested in. So I have just got rid of them all off my phone. So if you want to talk to me, email, messenger on Facebook or the Facebook group. If you would like some free patterns, head over to the Facebook group as well. You don't have to stay. You can just take the pictures, download them and go. I don't mind. They're my old Etsy patterns that I used to have when I had the store. I would really, really like to make some more patterns whenever I get the chance, just for the group. Because I still have all the software, but it would involve, you know, designing an actual picture first, because I don't have any of the older pictures that I made ready to make into a chart. So, what else has happened? Off the top of my head, I cannot remember. I did have a list of things, because this always happens whenever I record. It doesn't happen. Flosstubers, that's another thing I wanted to apologise for. If you have mentioned me on any of your videos, I am very, very sorry if I haven't commented. Because I've been so overwhelmed with everything, I have not been watching Flosstube at all. This last week, I have caught up with a couple of videos. I was literally just watching Catherine Stitch's patterns video where she was sharing her patterns. That one was really good. I really enjoyed that. I haven't watched all of it yet because I think I watched about half an hour of it before I started recording this. And I have been catching up with the Sleepy Stitcher. I always enjoy watching the Sleepy Stitcher's progress on my Hogwarts pattern, and I do have a surprise if she watches this. I have started it, but there's not a lot of progress there just yet. But I have started mine. I originally planned to start my Hogwarts chart at the end of this year, but I didn't want to wait. So I have started it. It's just not a lot of progress. So let's get into it now. I don't think there is anything else I need to say other than future plans, which I guess I have already said it. I don't particularly have any future plans. When it comes to purchasing patterns, I have banned myself completely because I know I'm not going to start them. I know I don't have time for them. I know I've got plenty, because I've got my tablet here because I want to show you something. I've got loads of patterns on there that are beautiful that I'd love to start. I've got projects upstairs that I've put like to sleep for a while I did the spin the wheel thing for this year. So there's other patterns upstairs as well as the ones that I'm going to show you that I haven't touched, and I know I won't touch for the year because I'm focusing on these ones. So I'm banned from buying patterns for a long time. The only pattern that I will buy are these really small ones that I did talk about in the last video, where it's, because I do mostly full coverage, every now and again I like to switch it up with a teeny tiny pattern, and I Hate Everyone Equally. I will put a picture here because I have actually finished that. So if I've got a finished picture, I will put that here as well. I did share it to the Facebook group. I did finish that. I did start my next project that I planned to do. I have started Lovers, which I will show you in just a second. And yeah, editing wise, I don't know how this is going to be because I unsubscribed from my editing software. My channel's not monetized and I was paying for an editing software, but because I haven't used it for 4 months, I cancelled it. So fingers crossed this comes out okay, because usually I edit the sound a little bit to make it a bit more clearer. So yeah, fingers crossed. If it's bad, I will go back to paying for it. Alright, so let's get into the projects. I am missing one already, which is the one that I've been working on this week. So I'm going to go in order of my list. And the first one up is Poinsettia Pixie. So Poinsettia Pixie, I would say, has probably had, well, it has had the most progress done on it. Reason being is because it's all 310 at the minute. I'm only working on the 310. I'm doing all of that, and then when it's done, I think I'm going to pick 2 colours from the chart and work them in, and then pick another 2 colours and work them in, because I think that'd be quite fun. It kind of feels like I'm colouring it in. I don't know whether, because the next colour, the next biggest colour on this chart is a white. I don't know whether to pick a really big colour like the white and then the second biggest colour, so I'm not overwhelmed with all of that white, or pick a big high count numbered stitch, like say the white, and then the lowest on the chart. I don't know if that would be a good idea, because then I'd be stitching thousands and thousands of white and then a couple of hundred of the lowest. So I probably will go for the 2 highest colours and switch between the 2, because I think it's a white and a red. So here is my progress. I also don't have before pictures, because I don't know when I last took pictures of my charts. So going forward, I will take pictures of these in a second, put them on my Stitch Pal, so I remember that the next time I come on, I know that I am where we're at the right place. So here is, oh, what is going on with that? I hope the lighting is good enough, because it is 8:30 today. So I have mostly, I think I finished the bottom half of her face and then did this flower, or I might have just been working on this flower. I cannot remember, but I have done 5,368 stitches, so that's nowhere near what I would have done if I was stitching to how I used to. I did take the percentages from before, because they were in this book, and it said when I last recorded it was at 11%, if I've got the right number, and we're now at 18%, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, considering I've not done much stitching. There was weeks that I did nothing. Well, actually there was over a month where I did nothing, so I am really happy with that. This is stitched 25 counts, 2 strands half stitch, and the chart is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Hannah Lynn. I am going to be a little bit rusty with the recordings and trying to remember everything, so bear with me. If I miss something, it's usually in my description, because I have it saved. Like all of the chart information and how I stitch every project and where you can get it from is usually linked in the description, hopefully. So next is Pokemon. Now Pokemon, I think I messed up with it and I got bored of it and stopped stitching it. So with my spin the wheel, I was spinning it and it kept landing on Pokemon, and I think I made a mistake and forgot to remove the wedge on the wheel when it had been picked, so it kept spinning again in the wheel. I hope I haven't made that mistake. I'll know later on in the year, because I made 52 wedges, and I did number them, but I can't remember what numbers came up. I only remember that it was Pokemon. So I think I've picked this too many times, which then made me get a bit burnt out on it. Sometimes I really like this, and sometimes I don't, because it's quite pixelated and I'm used to the full coverage detail. When I look at the pixelated bits, it kind of, but that's how it's supposed to be. So here is what Pokemon looks like now. I really hope that is coming up okay. So I will bring it in a bit closer. But I really like the way Jolteon is looking here, but I'm not too sure on Eevee. And I think, yeah, there's a green in Eevee that isn't supposed to be there. So I don't know what happened with my thread. I think the same thing that happened to my, what is that chart called? I will find it. So basically, before my last Flosstube, there was a chart that I have that has 200 odd colours. I think it's 250 colours. And a lot of them are wrong. I see you in my dreams. So let me just get you a picture of it and I'll tell you what the heck I'm talking about. So this one here, from Heaven and Earth Designs, I see you in my dreams. Last time I stitched that, I noticed that a lot of the colours were the wrong colour. And I think when I bought them off eBay, I didn't check them and I kitted them up and the seller gave me the wrong colours. Or they were kind of knockoff threads or something. I don't know, because they must have had the same DMC number as what I'd put on the card. So either I messed up and put the wrong numbers on the card, because I use these plastic cards. So either I messed up and put the numbers wrong on here and then charted and then put them on wrong, kitted them up wrong, and it went all funny. That chart, I need to do that at some point and I'm not looking forward to it. So I think that's why I put it away for the year, because I just don't want to look at it right now. And the same thing has happened in here. I think there isn't supposed to be a green in Eevee. There's supposed to be a brown. You can probably just see that green there. It's not supposed to be there. Yeah, I mean, I do like this one, but I was getting a little bit burnt out from it. I think it's the count of it as well, because it's 18 count, 16 count, I think, 16 count, and it's 2 strands full cross. Full cross really does burn me out quite quickly, because I just feel like I'm getting nowhere, because I'm so used to stitching and half stitch now. I just feel like it's taking forever. It really does, like, and it makes me tired. I nod off, like I'll be stitching and I'm falling asleep and my head's going like this. It's alright, okay, it's time to stop. So I got 1,574 stitches done, and according to my tablet, Pokemon is at 25%. That Pokemon chart I purchased from Etsy, but you can get a free one from lordliberdon.com. I don't like that chart. I don't like the colours that they've picked, so I decided to buy one extremely similar on Etsy, and I think it was about £10 or £9, something like that. If it's still there, it will be linked in my description, if you like that. So this must be the colour that I repurchased. So it's not a brown. It is a different green, but it's more of a... I don't know, because the green on there is nothing like this. If I put them two together and showed you in better lighting, it's not the same. The one on the chart is more like a foresty green. That is more like a muddy browny green. I don't know if that's come up on the camera though. So next is Lord of the Rings, and I am ashamed to say that Lord of the Rings got barely anything done in the last 4 months. Lord of the Rings is my largest project and it really should be my focus, but it never is. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I never finish these things, it doesn't matter. I'm 34. I've got the rest of my life to stitch this thing. That's what I keep telling myself anyway, so no more starting new projects. Need to finish this. It is a big boy. Very big. Huge. I think it is 999 stitches wide by 600 or 700 stitches in length. But it is beautiful and I do love it. And I have got back to a place where the Pattern Keeper disaster that happened months ago, last year, where I lost all my progress in Pattern Keeper, happened on this chart and amongst others. There's also a whacking great big line up there where it was too thick. This was one of the first projects I ever done, so I've learnt a lot on this chart. But that will forever be there, but it's okay, I don't mind that, because this chart is for me, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I am slowly getting to a point where I am like kind of leveling off, because I was going diagonal, and I did say at one point I'm going to do the chart all the way down and then go across and then all the way down again. I think I am still going to do that. I think that'll be a good idea. Hopefully in this lighting you can see. I promise next time I record, I will try and do it in the daytime. I have really nosy neighbours at the bottom of my garden. I've got new neighbours down there now, and they sit there, I think I said it last time, and they sit there drinking tea in their conservatory staring at me. Yeah, I will make sure I record in better lighting next time. But yeah, so many vibrant colours in this. I can't remember how many. But I stitched 778 stitches, and it's now at 9% still. It hasn't moved. It's like 9 point something something, but I don't see the point in writing down the point. It's either 9 or it's 10. It's 9, and it hasn't moved. But 778 stitches is okay, considering I only picked this. Oh my god, my cover minder. No! I'll find it another day. I only picked this up for 3 days, I think, out of the entire 4 months that I haven't recorded. Wow. Right, okay, so I Hate Everyone was next. Hopefully I've already shown you a picture. When I finished that, I started Lovers. Now, Lovers is a really cool chart, and I have a really good idea with these. Catherine Stitches actually purchased one of them for me. I can't remember if she bought me Lovers or if she bought me another one. But when I charted she purchased a Disney chart, and she showed it to me, and I wasn't impressed with the charting on it. She wasn't impressed with the charting on it. She asked me for some advice, and I said the only way that you're going to make this size chart look good is if you have something like the size of Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of colour in it, there's a lot of characters in it. So I charted it for her 999 stitches wide. It's a mammoth project. If she ever takes it on, it'll be like a tapestry, like my Lord of the Rings. But it wouldn't be as much confetti, because when I charted it, I made sure that the confetti was minimal compared to Lord of the Rings over here, and the chart that she'd already shown me was awful for confetti. It had tons of confetti and it looked crap. So I charted it as best as I could for her, and to say thank you, she bought me one of these patterns. So the plan is, with these patterns, I want them all on black fabric because they're all bright colours. I'll put you a picture of Lovers here. They're all bright colours, they're all small, they're all, I say quick stitch, but it'll take me forever because they're full cross and I'm really slow on full cross. I want them in nice black gothic frames, and I want them all around the top of this living room. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to find that many frames. I ideally will need to buy all the frames at once. So whether I wait until I've finished all of them, which probably won't, or whether I finish one and then go out and find the frames that I like and then buy 12, because I believe there's going to be 12 patterns. I don't know if all the patterns are out yet. I haven't looked in a long time. I haven't been on Etsy since Christmas. That is a world record for me, but it helps because I don't want to buy patterns, so it helps with the not buying. So here is what Lovers looks like now, and the colour, like contrast on the black, is so cool. I really hope you can see that. You've got a couple of different shades of pink in here, and then like a rainbow starting on the outside. The next time I show you this, hopefully it will look a lot better than this. But Lovers had 376 stitches, and it is at 3%. So what I did was, when I finished I Hate Everyone, I changed the name of the wedges that were on the wheel to Lovers. I haven't taken them out and added new ones. I literally just changed it. So however many were on that wheel is however many times I will work on this, and I cannot remember how many that was. But let me show you the colours. My son's just come downstairs. He's in the kitchen. Look at those colours. Aren't they so cool? They're so bright. I love bright colours. So nice. So that is Lovers. And then, what do we have next? Hogwarts. So I need to show you my progress first, and then I need to show you my tablet. So, what way around is it? You're barely going to see this. Barely. So Hogwarts is a chart that I made. It's free on my Facebook group if you want to go grab it. I said, like I said earlier, I said I would start it at the end of the year, changed my mind, and started it when it came up on the wheel. I put it on the wheel and I was like, right, okay, whenever it spins, I'm just going to start it. I'd already had it kitted up, ready. So here is my abysmal progress on Hogwarts. And that is 437 stitches. Now this is 32 count, and I'm kind of regretting 32 count. I wish I'd have done 28 because my eyes struggle with 32 count. I found that out when I started Rainbow Dragon as well, which I have got here, which I will show you. But any light colours on 32 count I really struggle with. I actually did go out and buy a headlamp to see if that would help when I'm stitching at night time. Hasn't really helped that much. If anything, it gives me more eye strain. So going forward, I think the highest I can go up to is 28 count, which then impacts on how big of a chart I pick. But yeah, just like, see how many little stitches I've got there. I have done 437 stitches, but it says it's at 39%, and there is a reason for that, because I have actually cropped this chart a lot. Well, 39% obviously. Because I don't need all the background is what I was thinking. So I'll show you my pattern keeper. It's my chart anyway, so it doesn't matter, and it's free. Hopefully you can see that. So all of the bits that are already filled in are what I have cropped. And then I will show you the original picture in a second. But literally all I want is the castle. So I know a lot of people haven't cropped this that have joined in because they want the bridge. So there's a bridge. I'll show you my PDF picture because it's a bit clearer. So the PDF picture's there, and a lot of people want that bridge at the front, but I don't really care about the bridge. And I think the way I've cropped it, there is a bit of the bridge in it anyway. No, the bridge is completely out. So the bridge will be completely out of my chart. But you will get a bit of the path as well. So it's not the end of the world. I just want the Hogwarts castle. That's it. Let's have a look at the PDF, see what it says, because I've forgotten off the top of my head how big this is. Oh, I made this when I didn't do information at the top of my charts, which is not the best. So all the information's at the bottom. So the stitched area of the original chart is 506 stitches by 450, and it has 70 colours. Obviously I've bought all 70 colours, and I have probably cropped out, I'd say 70 to 60 on the left hand side. If you're looking at it from here, it would be your left, and then at the bottom I have cropped out 150 stitches from the bottom. And then the other side, the right hand side, I have cropped about 60 as well. Yeah, about 60 as well. So I've cropped out an awful lot, which is why it's now sitting at 39.95%. So basically 40% of the chart I've cropped. You could just say that and make it bloody easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I am happy with my crop. And I would really like to get back to this one. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it comes up soon on a spin the wheel. And yeah, it is a 32 count, I said, didn't I? And I use DMC thread. I use DMC thread for everything, unless I have bought a pre-kitted up, like a kit, so it comes with everything. They typically use DMC when you buy kits. The companies that you buy from will typically use DMC. I'm not actually a fan of DMC. I have mentioned it before, so I don't need to go on about it, but I'm not a fan of DMC. Alright, Rainbow Dragon had very little amount done. I must have shown this last time, because it says I've only done 134 stitches and there's more than that on here, so I must have shown you this last time, which I've actually forgotten about. And I've forgotten to tell you where everything's from, haven't I? So Rainbow Dragon is from Heaven and Earth Designs. A lot of my charts are from Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is stitched on 32 count as well. And I will be honest, I'm struggling hard with the light colours. So the red was easy to do, and the rest of it was poop. Honestly, it's so difficult for me. I don't know what is wrong with my eyes, but I am struggling. I really am struggling, and I didn't think I would. I thought, yeah, 32 count would be fine for me, but clearly it's not. And I really can only stitch these during the day, but thankfully, because I finish work at 9 AM, my plan is to come home. Usually what I do on a work day is get up at 2:50, go to work, get all that done. I'm home typically, because I bike, I'm typically home by 9:30, 9:45. And then I'll come in, I'll clean, I'll make sure my son is ready for his school if he goes, because he goes 3 days a week. The other days he's at home with me. And then once all the housework's done, I will sit down. And then I might try and stitch on, when I've got, like, if my wheel has spun one of the 32 counts, that will be when I sit down and stitch instead of later on during the day. I'll put some music on and I'll stitch to try and keep myself awake. Because when I first started work, I was napping a lot in the day. And I have figured out that it makes no difference to me. It actually makes me feel more tired napping than it does staying awake. So now I am staying awake all day and going to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night instead of 11, you know, before work. So it just, because I used to go to bed about 11ish and I used to get up at 6 AM anyway. So now I'm going to bed about 8:30, 9, getting up at 3. So it's better, because when I nap, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but when I nap I feel awful. Like I really don't want to do anything for the rest of the day. I'm just dead tired for the rest of the day. Okay. Next up is Tomb Raider. And I do really love this chart, but I'm having the same problem again with the 32 count. The 32 counts, I haven't mentioned this, but I do stitch one strand half stitch on the 32 counts. And again, same problem with my eyes. So it probably doesn't look like anything has been done on this one from when you last saw it. And he is at, or she is at, 614 stitches is what I got done. And the whole chart is at 2%. So this one's been restarted before. It was on 25 count and it was massive. This chart is 650 wide by 750 long, I think. And I charted this. It's a piece of artwork that I got off somebody from Instagram, and they gave me their permission to chart it myself and do it for personal use. And I charted it massively, like I always do, because I can't chart small. I have to chart big, because I like all the details to be there. And I will chart them until I'm happy. Like I will, that makes no sense. I will size up until I'm happy with the details. So this one's big, so I restarted it. it was really, really good at the beginning. I got loads and loads of progress done on this, and then when I lost Pattern Keeper, I lost interest in it because it was so difficult to determine what greens were what browns went where, because I had to manually put all this back in, and I think that was where my cross stitching kind of just went for a long time. Now I'm back where I was before. I export my progress every time I finish stitching now, even if it's for 10 minutes. I cannot stress enough, if you use Pattern Keeper, to export your progress to Google Drive or somewhere else every single time, even if you have to go back every month or so and delete like the ones that you've continuously done and just keep the most up-to-date one. Like, don't do what I did and not do anything, because, or only do it every couple of months or something, because the amount of work that you do within that time frame well, some people on those projects, it's such a nightmare to put back in, and it really can kill the hobby for you. And it did for me for a long time. I was just like avoiding the patterns that I knew weren't in Pattern Keeper, because I knew that I would have to sit there and go through it all, and it was just, it was horrible. But I'm back to where I was now. So if this tablet breaks on me, I have all my progress and I can just quickly switch over to a new tablet, have all of it there, not worry about it. Right, so the last project I have for you is a long dog sampler, and I think I'm going to have to take this out of the hoop. I was working on this yesterday and the day before, and I got a lot of progress on it because my stitchy bug has come back. I did try and do a bit today, but my son wanted me to play with him, so I probably got about 20 stitches done. I might do some tonight, but I'll probably end up editing this video. I am using variegated floss from a UK website from a lady called Natalie Stewart. Her website is called nataliestewart.com or .co.uk. She hand dyes all of her thread, so I bought a big pack of the same colour. It has purples, blues, lilacs. Yeah, purples, blues, lilacs, and I'm stitching randomly. So there's no rhyme or reason to my stitching, so it might look a bit jazzy to you. You're either going to love it or you're going to absolutely hate it. I am stitching on 28 count, I believe this is. No grids, because I was an idiot and realised that I'd started on pre-gridded fabric when I had hand-dyed floss. You're not supposed to wash hand-dyed floss. So I washed it once I'd done a teeny weeny bit of the pattern. If you've been here before, you probably remember this. Yeah, and I'll show you where I am now. So here it is now. I now have Hope is the Last fully in there. And I actually messed up over the weekend. So these 3 bits here and this teeny little bird there, I miscounted this area. Or was it? Yeah, it was here. It was above this bird. So there's supposed to be 2 birds here. And I miscounted one of these. I think I started counting this one. I was stitching here and I was reading this part's chart. So I kind of fudged it because I didn't want to go back and do it again. So there's now 1 bird there. And I want to show you some things that I think I'm going to take out of this chart, because I was looking at it and there's some random things in this chart that I was just like, don't really know if I want that in there. Can I don't know what I'm doing here. Right, so today I've stitched 53 stitches. So hopefully you can see this. I don't want to show you too much of the pattern. But on where it says Hope is the Last, on the other side it says Thing. And on Thing it has a love heart above it. I don't like that. And I don't like this dog on Ever Lost. So I think I'm going to take those 2 things out. I might be able to show you on the picture better actually because of the green. Yeah, okay. So we have got a love heart and that dog I think I'm going to take off. And then there is a elephant in a sun a bit further down that I think I will probably leave out, because I think the flag and the sun look better together without that elephant there, because there is another load of elephants at the bottom, so I don't see the point in having that. Also, I have noticed there is, oh, where is it now? Oh no, it is that side. So there's like a rocking horse with a great big stick standing out of its head, because I'm guessing it's supposed to be a unicorn. I'm going to take the stick out and just have the unicorn, not the unicorn, the rocking horse, sorry, because that stick just looks ridiculously long. I hate it. Don't like it, so I'm not putting it in. So that will be coming out. And then obviously under this horse, it says 2022. I'm not putting that in. I'm not going to put a date in at all. I know a lot of people with these long dog samplers like to put the date that they finish. They leave that bit till last, and then they'll put the date that they finish. I'm not going to bother doing that. I don't like dates on my pieces, and I don't like the alphabet on my pieces. So that is typically why I avoid samplers. I don't like the older fashioned samplers where there's houses, where there's identical patterns that go all the way around. I get extremely bored if I'm doing the same thing, like symmetrical pattern, if that makes sense. And I don't like numbers like ABC 1 2 3. It's not for me. But long dog samplers I do really like. Certain ones, I don't like all of them, but certain ones I really like. And I think when I finish this one, because I've learnt a lot from this, and I feel like 28 count is too small. I don't know if you guys agree, but I feel like 28 count is too small. I mean, it could just be the groovy, can you see? The groovy pattern and the colours that I've chosen that's throwing it off a bit. But I think next time, I would like to start another one in the future. And next time I will either do black fabric with a super vibrant one colour, or white fabric in a larger count with a dark colour, like a deep red or a deep purple or blue or forest green, something that contrasts out. And if I did a variegated one, I think I would have to do it on black fabric and have like a green ensemble of colours. I think that might look nice, but then it might not. But I do think the count is too low. I think if I'd have had a larger count with this variegated floss, the floss would have stood out more and looked a bit better, I believe. I don't know, it might just be me. I really like it. I think in person it looks really nice, and I think when this is done, the groovy patterns and everything will be quite cool, because you'll be able to look at this picture for a long time and see new things in it, if that makes sense. Like, even when I look at the chart, like those things I just told you, I didn't notice them when I bought it. I noticed the date, which I knew I was going to take out, but the other things, like the elephant in the sun, I only noticed that this week. And I bought this pattern over a year ago, so I want this pattern to be kind of chaotic, so when someone looks at it, it takes them a while to see everything in it, which I think is cool. But that's just me. You don't have to like it. But the pattern itself is really cool. It's by Long Dog Samplers. It's called Ragnarok. If you're interested, the link should be below. So that is all of my stitchy progress. I could do a really good drink now and a bath. I will, as I said, take pictures of everything that I've shown you today, which is pretty much my entire list of things that I wanted to work on this year. I don't think I missed any. And there might be one upstairs that I didn't get to spin. But yeah, I am really looking forward to getting back into stitching and getting into a routine, because I really do like a routine. I do prefer it when things have a nice routine and everything goes smoothly and there's not too much chaos, if that makes sense. Not so much chaos, but I mean like no routine. I don't know what I'm saying. So once again, I am very, very sorry if I have ignored you. I haven't done it on purpose. I am really, really trying to get back to watch Flosstube. I think I'm going to make a point, because I'm actually only working for 3 days this week, which is great. Because I did 6 days straight last week, and now I'm only working 3 days this week. So I think my son is at school tomorrow, and I think I might sit down and try and watch some Flosstube. Try and catch up on how everyone's doing and all your projects, because I have missed watching Flosstube. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be back. As I said at the beginning, I will do my best to just make sure I've got enough to show you, and then I'll come back. It could be 2 weeks, could be a month. Ideally, I would like to do it every 2 weeks how I used to, but it might not happen. So I don't want to say 2 weeks and then I don't come back for a month or so. So yeah, I will do my best. But take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.